Thousands of black farmers, mostly in the South, have received payments by now from the $1.2 billion settlement of their discrimination case against federal agricultural officials. But those farmers and others still have questions. Joining us is John Boyd Jr., a fourth-generation farmer and president of the National Black Farmers Association. John, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being on the show. We had you on a few months ago talking about the settlement. It had not come through. We talked about why that is. So give us an update. How many have received their payments now?
Roughly nearly 18,000 black farmers in 42 states will receive $50,000 and $12,500 for the taxes that will go to the IRS account. So each farmer will receive a clear check for $50,000 per farmer.
And those who have not yet received payments, and this has been going on for more than a decade, we have to keep in mind, why haven't they?
Well, there was a lot of hurdles that we had to clear, a lot of congressional acts of Congress that we passed into law. And then after that, we had to go through an adjudication process that took a very long time, to look at each one of the cases. Nearly 80,000 black farmers were in the process that said that they were affected by the act of discrimination from USDA.
And just give us a bit of a review of how this case came to be, how the settlement came to be in the first place.
Yes, we've been fighting the government for discriminating or mistreating black farmers and other minority farmers for decades. And we received a partial settlement in 1999, where roughly 19,000 black farmers received $50,000. And then 80,000 black farmers, because USDA fought us on discovery and won, they did not notify all of the persons that filed complaints. So therefore, we had to go to Congress again and allow those 80,000 black farmers to take part in the actual lawsuit. And we won that victory in 2008. Then Senator Obama sponsored my bill in Congress that passed into law to allow 80,000 black farmers to have their cases heard based on its merit. And then after they reopened the black farmers case, then we had to get it funded, and we settled with USDA for $1.25 billion. Mm-hmm. And the president, after he got elected, signed the bill in December 8th, 2010. That allowed those cases to be heard based on its merit. And from that time, from 2010 to now, the payments are just going out to the farmers.
Are you satisfied with the outcome so far, John?
Well, it's been a very frustrating process, So for me, it's like a bittersweet victory, because it took so long and many farmers died, waiting for justice. I'm not happy about that. But for those farmers that actually been receiving checks over the past couple of weeks, I am very excited about that those farmers have waited for decades are now reaping some benefits.
And very briefly, you mentioned that some farmers...
Yes.
You mentioned that some farmers have died after their claim before they got to receive the settlement. What happens to the money that was to go to them?
Well, it would be next of kin if that farmer died. So it would be his wife or his children would have to stake that claim and stake daddy's $50,000, that kind of thing.
Okay,
and
so
we're in the process of doing that. And I was trying to say earlier that it looks like when black people seek justice, it just takes so much longer.
I understand
it looks like the wheel of justice for black people, here in this country, it turns very, very slow. And I think because we had President Obama, who was involved since 2008. He actually done his part. When he signed that bill into law, he done his part, and still we had to jump over further hurdles for the farmers to actually receive this money. So for those that have been watching this case, this is the first test case for reparations for blacks in this country where we received an apology, money, and some farmers were able to get their land out of federal inventory. So I think this case would be a very historic case in the future for people who are into civil rights and watch cases like this.
All right. We'll have to leave it right there. John Boyd Jr., thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And this is Arise America.